Now let's take it to RiversState, where the controversy over budget of the state has taken another twist with the State Executive Council approval of a budget proposal of 1.8 trillion naira for the 2026 fiscal year. The decision was taken during its meeting in Port Harcourt. Correspondent Uche Okoro has the story.
In 2024, Governor Siminalayi Fubara operated with a budget of 800 billion naira at the height of the political crisis in RiversState. For the 2025 fiscal year, the budget rose sharply to 1.5 trillion naira, approved by the National Assembly during the period of emergency rule. Now, for the third consecutive year, the state is proposing a record 1.8 trillion naira budget, an increase the state government says is driven by ongoing infrastructure projects across the state.
Main talks of the year 2026 proposed estimate has been fashioned to enable the state accomplish and conclude ongoing projects, as well as clear out outstanding obligations in key critical sectors such as infrastructure, health, education.
Christening the budget of resilience and growth for development, the government says it will push ahead with its goals despite challenges.
Priority of the state government for the year 2026 is for recovery, restoration, reassurance, consolidation, and inclusivity. This is because, in spite of the many challenges, that the state government has remained resilient, dogged, and focused.
Speaking of challenges, Governor Fubara still faces another hurdle, with state lawmakers last month accusing him of spending public funds without legislative approval.
We told the governor, you know that since you became governor, you have not sought for the approval of the RiversState Assembly to spend. The governor has never come to us since he was sworn in. The governor has not come to us to tell us to present the budget of the state. He hasn't. In 2024, he spent without appropriation law. In 2025, he was spending. Emergency rule was declared.
Governor Fubara had indicated plans to present the budget to the Assembly in December 2025. However, with fresh political tensions brewing, it remains unclear if or when both arms of government will reach a compromise.
Correspondent Uche Okoro is in Port Harcourt and he joins me on news from the state. Uche, the RiversState Executive Council has approved 1.8 trillion naira budget proposal for 2026. Can you first walk us through how we got here from the 800 billion naira crisis budget in 2024 to this record figure?
Well, I guess that paints a picture for you about the fact that the challenges in the state have been on a steady increase since the governor came into office. He hasn't had it easy. He's been. I beg to be. I stand to be corrected. I think Governor Fubara is one of the most challenged state executives of his era since 2023. So I think the fact that the budget has increased steadily over the since 2023 also shows you the magnitude of the challenge that his administration has had to face. Now, the figure, the summary of the budget isn't even the big issue here. The big issue that the people of RiversState are discussing right now is what is the way forward. We know that the approval of the State Executive Council is only the one step in the process. The next stage after this is the fact that the governor would have to present this budget before the assembly led by Speaker Martin Amehule. That is the big elephant in the room. Will the governor go ahead to do this? Will the assembly accept? Recall that once upon a time, Governor Fubara attempted to present the budget before the assembly and he was locked out of the assembly. The lawmakers said they weren't aware. And then this year, coming into this year, sometime in December, he said he intends to present the budget in December, pending the completion of the assembly quarters, which is currently being reconstructed after it was demolished. He says he would prefer to present the budget at the newly built assembly complex. Now, that building is still under construction. On the other hand, the assembly members are saying the governor is quite aware that the legislature is the people and not the place and not the building. So if he really is genuine in his interest to present the budget, he would come to the RiversState House of Assembly, their residential quarters where they have been using as a makeshift hollow chamber to present the budget. So we are still in that back and forth. From all indications, RiversState is headed straight to another budget stalemate in the next coming months.
So talking about the implications of lawmakers' accusations that the governor has been the governor has been spending without legislative approval, are we looking at a political dispute, a constitutional breach, or both, especially with the renewed animosity between the governor and his erstwhile godfather?
Whatever hope that there was about the presentation of this budget. Now, this budget has been, I think, whenever this issue is addressed, then we can begin to really look forward to lasting political peace in RiversState. Now, whatever happens, the question is, will the governor do what he intends to do, saying to present the budget? Will the assembly members accept whenever he brings this budget to be presented? Now, bear in mind that the issue of spending outside legislative approval was a major basis on which the assembly, in quotes, attempted an impeachment of the governor. So, going forward, if the governor does not secure that cooperation from the legislature, will he go ahead and continue spending? And if he does, people are beginning to predict that, likely the assembly might, resume attempts to revisit the issue of impeachment of the governor. So that's one of the issues that will come up in the next few months. We believe that the governor will take a decision any moment from now and expect a response from the state legislature.
Absolutely. The devil is in the detail. Whatever issue is going to come up of this, we're definitely waiting and watching. Correspondent Uche Okoro, thank you.